Welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking again about the Virginia gubernatorial election in the state of Virginia. And in fact, this video will be posted when people are going to the polls in Virginia to cast their ballot for Virginia's next governor. Now, on this list as well is New Jersey's race. However, I don't think I'm going to be covering New Jersey's race, or if I do, it's going to be very slim in this video. This video is mainly going to be focused on the Virginia race. I'm going to talk about it a lot more because it's a lot closer, and I think it's one that people are talking about. I'm still going to leave my prediction for the New Jersey race probably towards the end of the video, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Virginia's gubernatorial election that is happening, in fact, right now when I'm filming this, tomorrow, but when you all are watching this right now. And I encourage you, if you live in Virginia or New Jersey, to get out and vote. This election matters. It's going to be very close either way. I personally lean one way on the candidate that I prefer, just as anyone else does. But this race is going to be close, needless to say. And getting people out to vote has been a top priority for both candidates, Terry McAuliffe and Glenn Youngkin. Terry McAuliffe has really been trying to get that Democratic base out that voted for Joe Biden in 2020 by 10 percentage points in the state of Virginia. And Glenn Youngkin has been trying to swing some of those suburban voters as well as some others around the state and trying to get that rural base out in Southwest Virginia to get those out to vote in large numbers. Okay, let's go ahead and get going in today's video. I'm going to start with looking at the 2009 gubernatorial election in the state of Virginia. Now, I know what you all are thinking. This happened 12 years ago. Why are we looking at this? This, in fact, was the last time that a Republican won in the state. And I'm not talking about a Senate race. I'm not talking about a House race. I mean, I am talking about a House race. Republicans have won in the House of Representatives since then. I'm sorry for that. I misspoke on that note. But this is the last time that a statewide race in the state of Virginia was won by a Republican. It was won by Bob McDonnell in 2009, and his term ended in 2014, at the beginning of 2014. And this race is important because, like I said before, this is the last time a Republican won in the state of Virginia. And looking at Glenn Youngkin, this matters for him. Obviously, there are different factors within this race that we can't really look at too much because it's a little bit of a different race. But if we scroll down to poll numbers, when Bob McDonnell won this race 12 years ago, we can see that the Republican had 48% to his Democratic challenger 40%. That's an 18 plus in the last poll that was conducted for this race. And the Political Report had Bob McDonnell and a lean Republican ranking for this race in 2009. So I think that's very interesting, and that happened on October 26, 2009. I'm not sure what it was before. I would guess a toss-up, but I think that it's very interesting to look at. But if we scroll up here, we can see that Bob McDonnell nearly won the state by almost 18 points. Not exactly, but close to 18 points as the final poll said. And if we go to 2013, when Terry McAuliffe won this state just 8 years ago, and that's the Democratic nominee for this gubernatorial election as well. Virginia's a little different on the way that they conduct elections. You can run for re-election, but not in a consecutive term. So it has to be a non-consecutive term, in which Terry McAuliffe ran in 2013, was inaugurated in 2014. His term ended in 2018, and then he's coming back to try to start a new term in 2022. But to continue on in this race, if we scroll down towards the bottom, Terry McAuliffe in the final poll was leading by quite a lot. But with that being said, let's scroll back up. Terry McAuliffe won this state by just over 2 percentage points. Remind you, we go back down to this final poll, and Terry McAuliffe was up 12% statewide in the final poll that was conducted for this gubernatorial election. And what I find interesting is how close this race is. And if the exact same thing happened, we would see a Youngkin governor and a Youngkin administration going into the governor's mansion come January of 2022. So Democrats should be worried big time about this race, because this race just shows that if it has the same poll numbers and same trend as these poll numbers did in 2013, we could see a Governor Youngkin, because Terry McAuliffe did not win by a large margin like poll numbers said. Now, with that being said, let's scroll back down here to look at what rankings they had. They had likely D and lean D. And this is when I want to go into our 2021 gubernatorial races. And if we look at the rankings for this, the Crystal Ball ranking just changed today, actually, to a lean Republican, and Inside Elections changed today to a toss-up. So I find that very interesting, that one changes to a lean Republican, one changes to a toss-up, and both of these are toss-ups, so the lean Republican takes over, meaning that the predictions in this race is lean Republican, really. Obviously, there's two toss-ups, but just the factor that one of the polls does say that it's going to be lean Republican. Now, with that being said, scrolling back down here, the most recent poll that had Terry McAuliffe up was a poll that was conducted from October 26th to November 1st. However, this poll came out today, the day before the election, and something I've always been told is to never trust polls that come out the day before an election, because they're going to try to make it, especially in a race like this, they're going to try to make it a toss-up all the way around. They probably were trying to get Youngkin right at 50%. So if either way, if Youngkin won or if McAuliffe won, the pollsters could say, well, we still did our job, right? Kind of situation. Not necessarily saying that's exactly what they do, but it is sort of kind of what they do, to be honest. But some of the other polls had Youngkin up by 2 points, Youngkin up by 2 points, Youngkin up by 3 points, and Youngkin up by 1 point. Now, with this being said, we can't trust polls. Like I said at the beginning of this video, people need to get out and vote. Today, actually, the day that you're watching this, you need to get out and vote if you live in Virginia and you're registered to vote. Because this race is going to be close. And that's pretty much what I'm saying about the races. It's going to be close, and that's all I really can say. With this being said, there's a lot to look at in the race. There's a lot to look at in the New Jersey race. But I'm sticking with my prediction that I made just the other day when I filmed my last video about this race, is that I do think Glenn Youngkin will be the next governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia. And this is my final prediction. I have Glenn Youngkin winning by 1.68%. Some of these counties are going to be off. I'm not going to have it exactly right. It's just not going to happen. But this is my final prediction. I think Glenn Youngkin will win. I don't know if we'll know tonight. I'm trying to reword these because I'm filming this obviously the day before. Well, actually the night before. It is way late in Monday afternoon or Monday evening. So I'm trying to, say that it's Tuesday in my brain. But yes, come election night tonight, as you all are watching this, I don't know if we'll know who wins tonight. It could be tomorrow. But we might know tonight. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm posting this video early in the morning, so people even after school will be able to see it. For people that are political nerds like myself, after school, you all can watch this video and give me your thoughts on this. And one county that I've been watching a lot is Loudoun, and that's for obvious reasons. I think for most people that have been covering this race, it's for obvious reasons that I'm really watching that. But I do think Glenn Youngkin will perform very well in Loudoun. And with that being said, I know that I still have it blue, but if we see this shift, it's a very large shift in Loudoun County for the Republicans. So I don't know what will happen. This is just my final prediction. I think that Glenn Youngkin will win probably around 75,000 votes. And again, could be wrong on this side. This is just my final prediction. Don't anyone come after me for it. This is just the final prediction that I'm making based on some of these polls and other things, but we'll continue to watch it. And going into early/absentee voting, if we look at 2021, the Democrats have 53% of the early vote. Republicans have 30%, and unaffiliated has 16%. And something about Virginia is they actually don't have voter registration for parties. So it makes it a little hard to know who to poll. Meaning, again, these poll numbers could be wrong, and I could be totally wrong on who I think is going to win this governor's race. But at this moment, I would say Glenn Youngkin's going to win it. Like I said, could be wrong. But the Republicans also have that energy factor for them, and, it's just looking very well for the Republicans in this case, and I think they'll win. But looking at the early vote, sorry, back to that. We have altogether a total number of early votes is a little over 1 million. 1,137,656 to be exact. And, I find this interesting because, as long as Republicans turn out in huge numbers on today, election day, Youngkin will probably win this race. Just based on the way the race is looking, early votes did not turn out for the Democrats nearly as much as at least we expected, or I expected, I guess I should say. But it's very interesting to watch for sure. And that's about all that I really can say about the race at this point. We don't know who's going to win. If you want to stay up to date on live results, I will be posting literally as the minute they happen. You can follow my Instagram, American Election, on Instagram. You can also find that in the link in the description to follow that. And there will be a live post if you want to set your notifications on the Instagram as well. There will be a live post every time there's an election update for the state of New Jersey or the state of Virginia. So there will be 2 election night alerts tonight, about the election. If you want to go follow us on Instagram, that would be great and greatly appreciated as well. But this is about all I can say as of tonight. 2013 is the last really a factor that I can show. I can show 2017, but the Democrats really had that for their favor because they had the energy factor for them, and just a lot was in their favor in 2017. But I don't think there's really a point to really look at it too much. I can scroll down here a little bit just to look at it for a few minutes. But, the polls had Ralph Northam up, and obviously Ralph Northam defeated Ed Gillespie. And that's about all I can say, really, about the race at this point. But going to New Jersey, I actually do not have a tab up for New Jersey. For some reason, I forgot to here. I can look one up really quick. New Jersey gubernatorial elections. And we can take a look at this really quick if you all would like. Really fast, I'm sorry about this. But we'll scroll down to poll numbers really quick if we can. Recent polls have incumbent Governor Murphy up by 6 percentage points in the state, and another one has him up by 4. I think he'll end up winning. Is my final prediction on this state. And I by the margin, I don't really know. I think he'll probably win by probably like maybe 5 to 7 percentage points. I think he'll get a solid victory, but it should worry Democrats considering the 2020 presidential election in the state of New Jersey. But I do appreciate you all for watching today's video. I thank you all so much. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, I encourage you to go ahead and leave a like on the video and leave a comment on your thoughts on the Virginia gubernatorial election. What are your thoughts? What do you think the percentage points are going to be like? And just give me your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them, read through them, and see what happens. And then come tonight, we'll see all together on who wins this gubernatorial election in the state of New Jersey and who wins the gubernatorial election in the state of Virginia. All eyes on Virginia, though. I think it's going to be much closer than New Jersey will. But I appreciate you all for watching. I encourage you to subscribe as well if you're not already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And that's all I have for you all today. And I will be posting more videos very soon. Thank you.